Well, hey Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. In this episode, thanks to Sieg, New York and the Zionic Shadow, I got myself a hold of the Immortal Justice Gundam High Grade, so we're gonna take a look at it. This is gonna be airing on the day that I'm seeing the movie in the theater, so I'm kind of excited to see what this is all about. So here it is, built on a Bandai stand. Kind of interesting look to it. I notice my camera makes this look a little more red than the purple it's supposed to have. That could be me, but I will say it's not my favorite look when it comes to what I like about Gundams. You see, it's got a lot of jagged edges, spiky things that seem super aerodynamic, but are just way too out there for me. Whereas something like this is more my speed. But also, Sieg New York sent out the Freedom, which I actually like the design. Again, it kind of goes a little far out there from, what I like with Gundam designs, but this is still a real cool kit, and it goes with the Justice. So, building it was fine. It was actually a really quick build, and I don't think there was anything about it that stood out that actually made it even a difficult build. And it went by really quick. I think it was 2 sessions of me sitting there putting the thing together. I will note that it did seem like the plastic on this was more of a cheaper type. As I was, cutting it off the runner, it seemed to, almost bend as I was cutting it, or some pieces seemed to break more. So it was kind of uncomfortable in that way, but really everything turned out and there was not one area that I messed up in. And I'm happy about that. So as for accessories, we have the backpack that you build. This is part of its transformation process as well. We've got a shield that has a gimmick to it. We've got this little shield thing, which I'm starting to think I put it on incorrectly because it was so hard to get it out of here. And then with that, you have some beam blade that comes out the tip. I guess in the box art, it was showing it on a stand doing its own thing. We've got the beam rifle. Looks like a cool beam rifle. It has a plug into the back. There were some stickers that I had to put on it, which turned out pretty good. I wasn't too worried about how that went. And the color separation on it is pretty neat already, so this is actually a pretty good looking weapon. And another neat thing that I didn't really know, or I wasn't paying attention, that could be it, is how the Justice has this thing where you could put a beam blade on its legs. And so here is that put on. You got to get the leg lined up just right, and you can actually have it bend. But yeah, neat little gimmick, something that's a little different. And on the side skirts, there's what is a weapon. It's not a beam saber necessarily, but it might as well be. You have this little part here you could take off, fit it on the end. And then with that area opened up, you can plop this on. And then there you go, a little beam saber blade thing. That's a cool looking weapon. But when it comes to using the weapons, the thing that I'm really disappointed in are the hands. Because this is the only hands that it comes with. It's just one grip hand where, you can take off this, obviously, to put the weapon in. But that being it, it's just, it's one of the main things I don't like about it. And it was like that with the Freedom also, and I love having dynamic hands or different types of hands to use. There's also a shield connector, goes right on the arm, and it goes on there easily, as well as another extra piece that you actually need if you're going to transform it. Okay, so with one last look at this Justice, there's one thing about it that's odd to me. Do you notice it? Because I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it kind of distracts me. Sometimes I'll touch it, I'm even further distracted. Yeah, it's that. What is that? I mean, sure, that could serve a function, and I could see that as being self-defense, right? Like if someone's coming to attack you from the front, you can just stab them. Anyway, all joking aside, this really kind of goes with the aesthetic where this whole thing is kind of big and pointy at all angles. Even the head, where it's just a crazy look. I noticed that from the original Seed, how the Justice is shaped in, it's I don't really care for that when it comes to Gundam designs. But this does look pretty cool, and I have to admit it. And even with the binder onto, that helps out. Something I've noticed with Seed builds is there's a lot of crossover between G Gundam and Seed in terms of designs of backpacks, for instance. All right, and looking at the manual real quick, we got some cool art there. I guess if it inspires you to make some poses. And we see where, where the lore comes into play here. Compass, I guess, is the team this is on. some other cool color photos, yeah, to get an idea of how you want it to look. And you know what? In fact, in a second here, we're going to transform it. Yeah, and showing off some of the articulation. And, you know, to be honest, I didn't even really jump into articulation because with this mobile suit, there's not really anything remarkable to add. All right, opening it up. Let's see if there's anything else that's neat. Again, you'll see that this is like a really quick build. There's not too much to it. It's even got some colored pages. And then, yeah, the photos we saw from before. All right, now I'm going to transform this thing, see if I can do it by memory. All right, so I think there was something I had to do here. And you know what? I think it's still in that spot because I didn't touch it and you can't tell. I think you take this back part out and then the head, I think, lines up to where you get it right in there. Pop this on. And then, yeah, make sure everything's straight there. And I guess, yeah, the legs do the thing where they kind of stick out. Shoot back. There we go. Already looks like it's been transformed. It might as well have been. These back here turn, so you can kind of line that up as it's in its ship form. And then let me prepare the shield here. Got to try to plug this in here without touching its spike. Oh, I got it through the hole. All right, with that like that, I can then pop this on, I think this way. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And then next up will be the gun. And did I get that right? I did, and I actually just noticed this part right here. Either I'm missing a piece, right, or that's really actually gray. You know, there's always that color correcting that needs to happen. A lot of times I'll do that. I'll check the manual to see like extra colors they add in there that are not part of the kit. So there we go. It's a flying thing now. And, you know, this isn't really too remarkable. That was pretty simple to do on stream. I didn't have to like cut all that out. So I give it a meh. It's just okay. It looks cool. It's not my thing, but I know it's very popular. Anyway, so that's it. That's the, what is it specifically? Immortal Justice Gundam. Yeah, from the new Gundam Seed Freedom movie. Can't wait to check it out. But yeah, again, by the time this is out, I would have seen it, so I can't wait to talk about it. So if you're checking out this video and haven't checked it out, I probably have a video where I'm talking about the movie, probably on a podcast. Anyway, let me know what you think. Do you like this design? I'm not crazy. Anyway, thanks to Sieg New York and Zionic Shadow for this and the Freedom as well. It's been fun to dive into stuff that I normally wouldn't. And also thanks to the supporters for making this possible. If that's something you're interested in, check the links in the description below. And also check the link for our Discord. We have a lot of fun there, so cool to see you over there. But yeah, anything else, leave a comment below, and we'll talk later. See y'all.